Hello students and good morning. So now I am doing class for class 10. So this is the continuation class. In the last class we were doing the right circular cone. So today also we are continuing the same chapter, that is right circular cone. Same exercise, that is let us work out. Same exercise, that is let us work out exercise 16, page number 228. The question is short answer type question. So in this case, each question carries 2 marks. So let's do this type of question now. So question number 1 is the length of a right circular cone is 12 centimeter. The length of a right circular cone is 12 centimeter. The length of a right circular cone is 12 centimeter, and that means it should be the height. So it is the height. Sorry, this is not the length, but this is the height. Okay, the height of a it is given as height. Okay, the height of a right circular cone is 12 centimeter. It is given that the height of a right circular cone is 12 centimeter and its volume is 100 pi centimeter cube. So let us write down the length of the radius of the base of the cone. So what is given in the question? Right circular cone is given, its height is also given, its height is 12 centimeter. And what is its volume? It is 100 pi centimeter cube. So you have to find out the length of the radius of the base of the cone. You have to find out the length of the radius of the base of the cone. You can draw the cone here. So this is a right circular cone, right? So you know that this is a right circular cone. Its height is given. So its height. What is the height? Height of the cone? Height of the cone is 12 centimeter and its volume is also given. So you have to find out the length of the radius of the base. You have to find out the length of the radius of the base. Okay. So now let us assume the radius of the base. Let the length of radius of the base of the cone be r centimeter. So let us assume the length of the radius of the base of the cone, that is your r centimeter. अब हामीलाई के दिएको छ यहाँ भन्दाखेरि त्यो कोनको हाइट पनि दिएको छ. So therefore height of the cone, so height of the cone is equal to 12 centimeter. So now let us find out the volume of the cone now. So using the formula you can get the volume of the cone. So therefore volume of the cone is equal to, what is the formula? It is 1/3 pi r square h. So which is equal to 1/3 pi is kept as it is. What is radius here? Radius is r square into what is the height? Height of the cone is 12. Okay. So you can cancel here. 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12. So which is equal to, this is 4 pi r square. What is the unit here? It is centimeter cube. So it is centimeter cube. Is that understood now? So we have got the volume of the cone as 4 pi r square cubic centimeter. But by question, what is the volume of the cone given? Volume of the cone is given as 100 pi centimeter cube. But by question, volume of the cone is equal to 100 pi centimeter cube. By question, the volume of the cone is given as 100 pi centimeter cube. तर question अनुसार चाहिँ volume हामीलाई कति दिएको छ? 100 pi centimeter cube. So you can equate these two. This 4 pi r square is the volume of the cone and 100 pi centimeter cube is also the volume of the cone, isn't it? त हामीले यो दुईटा के गर्न सक्छौं? इक्वेट गर्न सक्छौं. These are same. that is 4 pi r square is equal to 100 pi. Okay, so here pi gets cancels, or what is the value for r square? R square is equal to 100 by 4. Okay, what is 100 by 4? Or r square is equal to, if you divide 100 by 4, you will get 25. Or what is the value for r? That is r is equal to square root of 25. Or what is the value for r now? What is square root of 25? It is 5. What is square root of 25? It is 5. So what is the radius of the base of the cone? The radius of the base of the cone is 5 centimeter. So now write down the answer. Radius of the base of the cone is equal to, what is the answer here? It is 5 centimeter. So this is the final answer. So what is the length of the radius of the base of the cone? It is 5 centimeter. So we can copy it. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll do the next question, that is question number 2 of number 14. The question is the curved surface area of a right circular cone. The curved surface area of a right circular cone is root over 5 times of its base area. In the question it is given that the curved surface area of a right circular cone is root over 5 times its base area. Okay. So let us write the ratio of the height and the length of the radius of the base. You have to find out the ratio of the height and the length of the radius of the base of the cone. The question ma चाहिँ यहाँ के दिएको छ भन्दाखेरि curved surface area of a right circular cone is equal to root over 5 times its base area. Okay. So now you have to get the ratio between the height and the radius of the base of the cone. So you can draw the figure here. Suppose this is a cone, right? So this is the cone. Here the base area means area of the circular base, and you know the curved surface area. Curved surface area is the slant surface area. You know that, isn't it? So now in this case, this is the height, this is the radius. Okay, this is the radius of the base of the cone. This is the vertical height of the cone, and this is the slant height of the cone, right? So in order to find out the curved surface area, you should know the slant height and the radius of the base of the cone. So let us write here, let L be the slant height. Let L be the slant height. Let L be the slant height, comma, H be the height. H be the height and R be the radius of the base of the cone. Radius of the base of the cone. Okay. So here we have assumed slant height as L, vertical height as H, and the radius of the base of the cone as R. Now what will be the curved surface area of the cone? Therefore, curved surface area of the cone, curved surface area of the cone is equal to, what is the formula? It is pi RL. What is the curved surface area of the cone? It is pi RL. Is that clear? Now you should find out the base area. What is the area of the circular base? Base area means area of the circular base. So in case of cone, the base is a circle. What is the area of the circle? You know that it is pi r square. So therefore area of the circular base, area of the circular base is equal to, what is the formula? It is pi r square. So I think you have understood it. Okay. So now by question it is given that the curved surface area of a right circular cone is equal to root over 5 times the base area. Okay. Now you can write here by cohesion curved surface area is equal to root over 5 times the base area. Root over 5 times the base area. Okay. So what is the curved surface area of the cone here? It is pi RL. Pi RL is equal to root over 5 into what is the base area? Base area is pi r square. Is that clear? So here you can cancel this, pi will be cancelled. Here r and square will be cancelled. Or what is the value for L? L is equal to root over 5 r. So here L is equal to root over 5 into r. Let us mark it number 1. But you have to find out the ratio of the height and the radius of the base of the cone. You have to find out the ratio between the height and the radius of the base of the cone. Okay, that means you have to find out h is to r. You have to find out h is to r. Okay, so now in the figure you know that this AOB is a right angle triangle, isn't it? This AOB is a right angle triangle. So now in this case we can use Pythagoras theorem here. In this case we can use Pythagoras theorem. Since triangle AOB is a right angle triangle, here hypotenuse is L. What is the perpendicular? Perpendicular is H. And what is the base here? Base is the radius. So we can write here in right angle triangle AOB, we can write the Pythagoras theorem h square is equal to b square plus p square. Okay, what is h whole square here? This is your hypotenuse, that is your L square is equal to what is base whole square? That is radius whole square plus what is p whole square? That is your height whole square. So I think you have understood it. Now we can put the value for L here. What is the value for L here? Or what is the value for L here? It is root over 5r whole square is equal to r square plus h square. Okay? Or what is this root over 5r whole square? What is root over 5 whole square? Root over 5 is multiplied twice. So root over 5 into root over 5 is 5. And r whole square is r square, which is equal to r square plus h square. Understood? Now let us take this r square to the left hand side. So it is 5r square minus r square is equal to, this is your h square. What is 5r square minus r square? 4r square is equal to h square. Let us take r square to the right hand side. So it is 4 is equal to h square by r square. Or you can write h square by r square. H square by r square is equal to 4 upon 1. Is it clear to all of you? So how will you write h square by r square? Both the powers are same here in both the numerator and the denominator. So you can write h by r whole square. तो यहाँ हामी के लेख्न सक्छौं? h by r whole square is equal to, how will you write 4 by 1? It is 2 by 1 whole square. Right? So here the powers are equal. If the powers are equal, bases must be equal. That means h by r is equal to 2 upon 1. That is h is to r is equal to, how much is it? It is 2 is to 1. That is, what is the ratio of the height and the length of the radius of the base? It is 2 is to 1. Therefore, ratio of height and the length of the radius of the base and the length of radius of the base and the length of radius of the base and the length of radius of the base is equal to, what is the answer here? It is 2 is to 1. So it is 2:1. So this is the final answer. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. So this question is very, very important. You can mark it. So you can copy it. We'll do the next question. So now we'll do the next question, that is question number 3, 14 number 3. So the question number 3 here is, if the volume of a right circular cone is V cubic unit, base area is A square unit, and the height is capital H unit, let us write down the value of AH upon V. So in the question ma चाहिँ यहाँ के दिएको छ भन्दाखेरि राइट सर्कुलर कोन को भोल्युम दिएको छ V क्यूबिक युनिट, अनि त्यो कोन को बेस एरिया अफ द सर्कुलर बेस दिएको छ क्यापिटल A स्क्वायर युनिट, अनि त्यो कोन को हाइट चाहिँ कति दिएको रहेछ क्यापिटल H युनिट भनेर दिएको छ. सो यू हैव टू गेट द भ्यालु अफ AH अपन V. हामीले के भ्यालु निकाल्नु पर्छ AH अपन V. So let us draw the figure again. This is the cone, right? So this is the cone. You know that this is the height of the cone, vertical height. This is the radius of the base of the cone, and this is the slant height. Suppose this is AOB. Okay? So let us draw the figure, right? So let us do the solution out here. So now for volume you should know, the radius. Let capital R be the, not capital R, small r, sorry. Let small r, small r suppose also for radius of the base. Let R be the radius of the base of the cone. Let R be the radius of the base of the cone, right? Then let H be the height of the cone. Let H be the height of the cone, and H be the height of the cone. Is that clear? Now what is the volume of the right circular cone? It is given as V. So therefore volume of the cone, so volume of the cone is equal to, what is the formula? It is 1/3 pi r square h. Or you can write, by question the volume of the cone is given as V cubic unit. So it is V is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. It is given as 1/3 pi r square h. Okay? It is given as V is equal to, you can write here, V is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. Let us mark it number 1. So what is the base area here? It is A square unit. What is meant by base area? Area of the circular base. So in case of cone, the base is a circle. What is the area of the circular base? It is pi r square. Therefore base area is equal to pi r square. You know that, isn't it? But by question, what is the base area is given here? A, capital A. So capital A is equal to pi r square. Let us mark it as number 2. Let us mark it as number 2. So I think you have understood it. Okay. So now here height is given as H unit. What is the height given as? It is capital H unit. So in this case, for V, you can write here, height of the cone is given as capital H. Here you can write not small h, but it is capital H, right? So let capital H be the height of the cone. Because in the question the height is given as h unit. So let capital H be the height of the cone. So what is the volume of the cone is equal to 1/3 pi r square h. That is the formula. So instead of h, what will you write? Instead of small h, you have to write this capital H. So let us mark it as number 1. So let us mark it as number 1. Okay. Now we have to get the value for H upon V. Now you have to get the value for AH divided by V, which is equal to, what is A here? A is the base area, that is your pi r square. Here A is pi r square into, what is the value for H? We don't know. H ko HA lekhnu, divided by, what is V? V is 1/3 pi r square H. V is 1/3 pi r square H. Is that clear? So now we can cancel here. This pi gets cancels, r square gets cancels, hs gets cancels, and 3 goes up in the numerator. So what is the value for AH upon V? It is 3. What is the value for AH upon V? What is the value for AH upon V? It is 3. So that is the final answer. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. We'll do the next question. Now we'll do the next question, that is question number 4 of number 14. So question number 4 here is the numerical values of the volume and the lateral surface area of a right circular cone are equal. So what is given in the question? The numerical values of the volume and the lateral surface area of a right circular cone are equal. यहाँ के भन्दैछ? त्यो right circular cone को volume र त्यो राइट सर्कुलर कोनको ल्याटरल सर्फेस एरिया चाहिँ के छ भनेर भन्दैछ? इक्वल भनेर भन्दैछ. And if the height and the radius of the cone are h unit and r unit respectively, then let us write down the value of 1 upon h square plus 1 upon r square. If the height of the cone is h unit and the radius of the cone is r unit, then you have to get the value for 1 upon h square plus 1 upon r square. Okay, so I think you have understood the question. So let us get the value for 1 upon h square plus 1 upon r square, where h is the height of the cone and r is the radius of the base of the cone. So let us draw the figure here. So this is a cone, you know that, isn't it? So this is a cone. So now this is the vertical height. This is the vertical height h, this is the radius r, and this is the slant height L. So this is AO and this is B, AOB. Okay, so now let's do this problem. So in the question it is given that the numerical values of the volume and the lateral surface area of a cone are equal. So अब हामीले volume र lateral surface निकाल्नुलाई हामीलाई के थाहा हुनुपर्छ? Height of the cone थाहा हुनु पर्यो, radius of the base of the cone, and slant height थाहा हुनुपर्छ. Let us assume it. So let us do the solution now. Let h be the height, comma, L be the slant height, L be the slant height, and R be the radius, and R be the radius of the base of the cone. Radius of the base of the cone. Okay, let h be the height, L be the slant height, and R be the radius of the base of the cone. Now let us find out the volume first. So what is the formula for volume? So here radius is given as R and the height is given as h, and L is assumed as slant height. Okay, so volume of the cone. So volume of the cone is equal to, what is the formula? It is 1/3 pi r square h. What is the volume of the cone? It is 1/3 pi r square h. Okay. Next, what is the lateral surface area? Therefore, lateral surface area of the cone. lateral surface area of the cone. Lateral surface area means वरिपरिको area, that is slant surface area. त्यो जुन चाहिँ छड्के पोर्सन छ कोनको त्यसको वरिपरिको एरिया के हुन्छ फर्मुला? It is pi r l. It is pi r l. So by question it is given that these numerical values of volume and lateral surface area of the cone are equal. So we can write here, therefore this volume 1/3 pi r square h is equal to lateral surface area, that is pi r l, that is your pi r l. Okay, so here you can cancel this pi, this r and square will be cancelled, this r and square will be cancelled. So what do we get now? That is 1/3 RH is equal to L. 1/3 RH is equal to L. Is that clear now? This is 1/3 RH is equal to L. So we have got it. Okay. So now let us put the value here. So we have got L is equal to, or L is equal to 1/3 RH. So what is the value for L? It is 1/3 RH. Okay. So now you know that in this case, this is a right angle triangle, isn't it? In the cone, this AOB is a right angle triangle. So therefore in right angled triangle, AOB, we know that Pythagoras theorem, h square is equal to b square plus p square. In this case, h is the hypotenuse, b is the base, and p is the perpendicular. Here hypotenuse is AB, that is L. Here perpendicular is P is H, and here the base is R. So let us put the value here. What is H whole square? That is L square is equal to, what is B square? R square plus what is P square? What is P square? That is your H square. So I think you have understood it. So let us put the value for L here. What is the value for L? What is L whole square? It is 1/3 RH whole square is equal to R square plus H square. So I think you have understood it. Okay. So we have just put the value for L from here. Okay. So what is it now? What is 1/3 whole square? It is 1/9 R square H square is equal to R square plus H square. Now you have to get the value for 1/h square plus 1/r square. So you can easily get this value of 1/h square plus 1/r square from here. So let us take this r square h square to the right hand side. Okay. So it is 1/9 is equal to r square plus h square divided by, this is r square h square. So I think you have understood it. Okay. So now let us simplify the right hand side. That means you can separate your right hand side. Or 1/9, let us separate it. R square divided by r square h square plus, what is the second term? H square divided by r square h square. So here you can cancel this r square, and here you can cancel this h square. Or what do we get in the next step? That is 1/9 is equal to 1/h square plus 1/r square, isn't it? This is 1/r square. अब हामी के गर्छौं? राइट को लेफ्टमा लेख्छौं, लेफ्ट को राइटमा लेख्दा पनि साइन चेन्ज गरिरहनु पर्दैन, किनभने सबै नै हामीले साइड चेन्ज गर्दै छौं. So what do we get? 1/h square plus 1/r square is equal to कति भयो? 1/9. So this is the final answer. So what is the value for 1/h square plus 1/r square? It is 1/9. So that is the final answer. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. So you can mark this question. This question is very, very important. Okay. So this question is very, very important. Okay. So you can copy it. Now we'll do the next question. So now we'll do the next question, that is question number 5 of number 14. So question number 5 is the ratio of the lengths of the base radii of a right circular cylinder and a right circular cone is 3:4. So in the question it is given for both right circular cylinder and the right circular cone. That is, the ratio of the lengths of the base radii of a right circular cylinder and a right circular cone is 3:4. Okay? And the ratio of their heights, that means the ratio of the heights of the right circular cylinder and the right circular cone is 2:3. So you have to find out the ratio of the volumes of the cylinder and the cone. You have to find out the ratio of the volumes of the cylinder and the cone. Okay? So I think you have understood the question. यो क्वेशनमा हामीलाई के दिएको छ, राइट सर्कुलर सिलिन्डर र राइट सर्कुलर कोन दुईटै छ। त पहिला हामीलाई के दिएको छ भन्दाखेरि the ratio of the lengths of the base radii of the right circular cylinder and the right circular cone is 3:4. That is the ratio of the base radii of the right circular cylinder and the right circular cone is 3:4. And the ratio of the heights is 2:3. That means the ratio of the height of the right circular cylinder and the height of the right circular cone is 2:3. So let us write down the ratio of the volumes of the right circular cylinder and the cone. Okay? So now let us write here, let B1 be the volume of the right circular cylinder. Of the right circular cylinder. Let B1 be the volume of the right circular cylinder. Let H1 be its height. Let H1 be its height. And R1 be the radius of the base of the cylinder. Radius of the base of the cylinder. Okay? त हामीले यहाँ सिलिन्डरको भोल्युम B1 सपोज गर्यौं, हाइट H1 सपोज गर्यौं अनि रेडियस के सपोज गर्यौं R1. त्यसरी नै कोनको पनि हामी सपोज गर्छौं, let V2 be the volume of the right circular cone. B2 be the volume of the right circular cone, right? Then let H2 be its height, H2 be its height, and R2 be the radius of the base of the cone. R2 be the radius of the base of the cone. Okay? तो यहाँ हामीले राइट सर्कुलर कोनको भोल्युम B2 सपोज गर्यौं, हाइट H2 अनि रेडियस अफ द बेस अफ द कोन हामीले कति सपोज गर्यौं R2. Okay? So next, in the question it is given that the ratio of the length of the base radii of the right circular cylinder and the cone is 3:4. That means in this case R1 is to R2 is given. R1 is to R2 is given as 3:4. It is given as 3:4. So we can write it in terms of fraction, that is R1 upon R2 is equal to 3 upon 4. Here R1 is the radius of the base of the cylinder and R2 is the radius of the base of the cone. That is R1 is to R2 is given as in the question 3:4. So it is R1 upon R2 is equal to 3 upon 4. Again what is given here? The ratio of their heights is given as 2:3. So what is the height of the cylinder? It is H1. So H1 is the height of the cylinder is 2. What is the height of the cone? It is H2. So it is given as, what is H1 is to H2? It is 2:3. It is 2:3. So you can write it in terms of fractions. So H1 upon H2 is equal to 2 upon 3. So I think you have understood it. So what is the formula for V1? So what is V1 here? V1 is the volume of the right circular cylinder. And you know the formula for volume of the right circular cylinder, isn't it? The right circular cylinder ko volume ke huncha? It is pi R1 square H1. Suppose this is number 1. And what is V2 here? What is V2 now? V2 is the volume of the right circular cone. So what is this formula? It is 1/3 pi. What is the radius here? It is R2, isn't it? R2 is the radius of the base of the cone. So it is R2 square. And what is the height of the cone? It is H2. Suppose this is number 2. Since you have to find out the ratio of the volumes of the cylinder and the cone, you have to divide 1/2. That means you have to calculate V1 is to V2. So let us write here dividing 1/2. So dividing 1/2. So what do we get? It is V1 upon V2 is equal to, it is pi R1 square H1 divided by 1/3 pi R2 square. Then you can write H2. I hope you have understood it. Okay. So here you can cancel this, pi gets cancels. Pi can be cancelled. Or this is V1 upon V2 is equal to, now 3 goes up in the numerator into, you can write it as R1 upon R2 whole square. Because it is R1 square divided by R2 square. So you can write it within whole square. That is R1 by R2 whole square into H1 upon H2. Into H1 upon H2. Right? So let us put the value here. Or V1 upon V2 is equal to, what is R1 by R2? It is 3/4 whole square. 3 into 3 is kept as it is. What is R1 by R2? 3/4 whole square. So it is 3/4 whole square into, what is H1 by H2? What is H1 by H2 here? It is 2/3. So into, this is 2/3. So let us simplify it. Or V1 upon V2 is equal to, this is 3 into 9/16 into 2/3. So let us simplify it now. So here 3 gets cancels. 2 1s are 2, 2 8s are 16. Right? So V1 upon V2 is equal to, this is 9 upon 8. So you can write it in terms of ratio. V1 is to V2 is equal to 9:8. So that is the answer. So what is the ratio of the volumes of the cylinder and the cone? It is 9:8. So let us write down the answer. Therefore, ratio, let us write ratio of volumes of the cylinder and the cone is equal to, what is the answer here? It is 9:8. It is 9:8. So this is the final answer. So I think you have understood it. So you can copy it. So आज हामी यी समय गर्छौं. This much is for today. So we have done only 5 problems today. That is from the short answer type question. So you practice all this at home. So you revision it timako homework ho. So in the next online class we will do the new chapter. So we have finished right circular cone. So in the next online class we'll do the new chapter, that is, I'll tell you, the new chapter will be in the next online class we will do real life problems related to different solid objects. We will do in mensuration. In the next class we will do real life problems related to different solid objects. That is, this is also the mensuration, but this is the mixture of all these chapters, that is rectangular parallel pipette, right circular cylinder, sphere, and this right circular cone. So in the next online class we will do this new chapter. Okay, so this much is for today.